Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm back again, and today I'm actually doing a review on the Daimond Select Kingdom Hearts Roxas. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm actually going to be customizing this figure in a little bit. But still, I thought I'd give a review and go over what's bad about it. So yeah, first up is the sculpt, which for the most part is pretty good. The hair is very accurate to how it looks in the game. The jacket, minus the paint, is actually pretty well sculpted, along with his shoes and his pants. And even the little wristband and, like, finger rings. I don't know what to call them. But yeah, the sculpt on it is good, but what throws it off really is the paint. So first up is his eyes. Now, while these eyes are okay, I wouldn't say they're accurate. If you saw my Kingdom Hearts custom Sora figure, which I posted, you know that I actually repainted the eyes because they looked off. And the same goes for Roxas. While they are better than the Daimond Select Sora, again, I still wouldn't say they're accurate. That goes for the jacket too. If you can see, the jacket is kind of sloppily painted with a bunch of marks on it. And you know how Roxas's jacket has that checkered kind of pattern to it? Well, yeah, it's not a checker pattern, it's just dots everywhere. And that doesn't look very good. And for like the white lines on the pockets and stuff, it's just really sloppily painted. I mean, it either looks like they misplaced the paint or they used water-based paint to do this. And again, it doesn't look very good. But I mean, the emblem looks fine and the zipper does too, so that's okay. Oh, hold on a sec. I want to talk about the hands for a sec. I almost forgot about that. So first of all, the wrist has the same problem as his jacket, as in the checker pattern that's supposed to be there is off. But take a look at the hands. If you can see them. You can see that they're also sloppily painted because they are supposed to be black and white. But most of it is just white and it's not painted very good. Like, even on the inside, you can see that it's, again, not painted very good. Another thing is this hand right here. So you can see that, if you can see, there are two little bumps on the left hand. And those are the same bumps that appear on the right hand for his little rings. So either they didn't know which hand they were supposed to go on, or this is a factory error and they just said screw it. But for the pants, they're pretty good for the most part. I know it looks like there's some paint chipping, but that's mostly because of me. And I do like how they sculpted the joints here to make it look more like the pants. So that was pretty good. For the lower legs, they're pretty good too. But there are still like bits and pieces of paint on them. And even the shoes, which for the most part are probably the best part of this, they aren't very good, mostly because the left foot has this huge gap in it. And it's fairly noticeable. But yeah, for the most part, the sculpt is good. Paint is barely passable. So how about articulation? The head can go up and down. Hold on a sec. The head can go up and down, side to side. And it can also move that way. I don't know. The arms can go up about that high. And here's the thing about the arms that I noticed. On the right side, you can see that the arms have a bit of clearance, so that when you put the arms down, it will actually look more normal. So if I put his right arm down, you can see that it looks a bit more natural. But for this arm, there's little to no clearance under his arm. So when you try to put it down, it doesn't look right. I thought it was because the arms were just upside down, but even when I put it like this, it just doesn't work. So yeah, that's kind of annoying. But other than that, he has a bicep swivel, he can move his wrist, and they have a hinge. And about the arms, well, hands, is that they're really loose. So yeah, they're really loose to the point where I can pull them out. For his left arm, yeah. Alright. For his left arm, you can't really pull it out as easy, but it's loose. And he can move his waist, so that's pretty good. His legs can go about that far up, and if you want to go out more, then you're going to end up moving it to the side. They can move out pretty well, so you can get them to do the splits. It's actually a lot more than the Daimond Select Sora, so that's a good thing. He has a thigh swivel, and he has double jointed knees. But the problem with them is that there's this bump in the middle of them. I guess it's to make it look more like pants, but again, it just kind of hinders them quite a lot. And for his shoes, he has an ankle pivot. They can move up and down, and they can go out to the side. So for accessories, he comes with a heartless soldier, and it's okay for a little accessory. But the thing is, mine came with like a big streak of silver right there, so that's kind of annoying. And for his Keyblade, he comes with the Oathkeeper. Now, for the Oathkeeper, if you look at the handle, it's actually pretty well painted. I have no complaints on it. The thing is, the handle here, there's a bit of like teal on there, so that's kind of weird. And for the keychain, like always, it's just a single piece connected. The thing is, it can actually get stuck. If I can get it to. So yeah, it can actually get stuck like this. I don't know why. Another thing, tell me, isn't the little keychain here isn't the leaf here supposed to be attached to the star? Because I always thought it was like that. So for like the blade part, when I first got this action figure, it was actually warped, so I had to fix that, and as you can see, I still have to fix it a little bit. Yeah, and for that little heart piece here, you can see that it's not painted well at all. There's just big splotches of black around there. And for the top, it's not any better. Again, there are just big splotches of black where it's supposed to be. The yellow is not painted very well, to the point where I can actually see through the silver. And for the teeth part, it's really badly painted. Like, it looks like I could scratch off the paint if I wanted to. But yeah, you can see that they didn't paint like inside or outside of it. And even the yellow here is like mixing in with the purple. So again, this just isn't painted good. The thing is, this is Daimond Select we're talking about. And I know these are supposed to be like $10 figures, but if I'm gonna get a 2-pack with Sora, Mickey, and Axel or something like that, then I don't know, I expect them to just be a little bit better painted. And again, this is Daimond Select. They've made Marvel Select figures, which are really good. I know these are supposed to be for like kids, but if someone like me is complaining about this, then I don't think that's very good. But yeah, that's the review of this Daimond Select Roxas figure. I'm definitely going to be fixing him up a bit, so yeah, I'll actually get started on that right now. Alright guys, so I finally finished repainting my Daimond Select Kingdom Hearts Roxas. And to show you what I did, first off is the head. If you remember, the eyes were not accurate to how he looked in the game. So I went back and redid those to make them more accurate, and I really did try my best, and I think I got good enough. I also repainted his face since it was a weird color. And if you remember from the original, the hair was more of a yellowy orange, I guess you can call it. But I do like how Roxas looks with kind of this blondish hair, so I decided to go with that. Next up is the torso. If you remember, the little checkered pattern he had here was badly painted, since it was just a straight line of black with multiple dots. Didn't really look like a checkered pattern, and I did try my best to recreate that on the front and the back. I won't say it's good, but I say it's definitely better than what Daimond Select did. Not only that, but I outlined some of the black lines like on his pockets and at the bottom of the jacket. For the legs, I didn't do much for them. I just kind of repainted this a different shade of gray. And I also modified the legs somewhat. I cut into them so they have more range when using that double jointed knee. Yeah. And for the shoes, I didn't do much. I just painted the bottom of it silver. So yeah, for the most part, it's just a simple repaint. But, sorry, for the Keyblade, I did the most repainting on that. So, I kept, like, the little handles here the same color, because I do actually like that color. But one thing I changed was the keychain. I used actual, like, chain links to make an actual movable chain. But for the actual chain on the bottom, it's the original, but all I really did was cut off the original chain, keep the star and the little leaf here, but I put the star closer to, I put the leaf closer to the star. So yeah, for some of the parts of the blade, I repainted the black parts here on both sides. And for, like, the top of it, these parts are black, nothing special there. This part is actually silver. Before this part here, I used a metallic gold, which I hope you can see. I just used a normal purple here, and I also used gold and silver for these parts. So yeah, like I said, it was a pretty simple repaint because there was nothing really bad about how the figure was sculpted. It was just the paint that was throwing me off. And you can see that you can hold it pretty well. And one thing I'm mad about is that I didn't get the Oblivion since I had gotten this in a 2-pack. But yeah, I'm still happy with it. I'll probably either just buy a 3-pack with Donald and Goofy to get the Oblivion, or just make my own. So for a size comparison, let me move out here. Here he is standing next to my custom Sora, and for like a height comparison, you can see that he stands taller than Sora. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be accurate or not, but yeah, it's something I noticed. Here he is to my Daimond Select Goofy. Here he is. Sorry. Here he's standing next to Donald. And here he is next to my custom Cloud Strife, the Advent Children Cloud Strife. But yeah, I say he looks pretty good. About these two, I'm gonna modify this Goofy and probably just never use this and make a custom of my own Donald. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and the little review I did. I will be posting more customs in a few days, I think, but I still wanted to get something out. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time.